There are a number of important system changes in SF5 I'd like to address in video form. I've seen a number of written versions of this guide, but I'd like to go a little further and discuss the implications of each change. First, focus attacks are gone, and in their place is a new tool called the V-skill. The effects of V-skill differ with every character, but for everyone it enhances that character's ability to use their other tools. It can negate fireballs,
A useless attempt.
help you stay in, enhance your mix-up potential, allow for better ranged play, and even outright increase your damage. Successful use of the V-skill also builds a new meter at the bottom of the screen called variable meter, so it's useful anyway. Most characters can't, but Ken, Rashid, Laura, and Birdie can cancel into their V-skill like a special move. Additionally, Nakali and Vega have target combos into their skills. The only ways to build V-meter are using your V-skill, scoring crush counters, and taking damage. Even just through taking damage you'll get a full V-meter every round, and it doesn't carry over to the next round, so you're encouraged to use it. The second main new mechanic which consumes this V-meter is the V-trigger, executed by simultaneously pressing hard punch and hard kick. It costs a full V-meter to use trigger, but different characters have different length bars. Most V-triggers either enhance your character's abilities in the form of an install, or provide some means of setup. Every character can cancel into V-trigger from normals, and if the normal has enough hit stun, they can even combo out of it. This can be useful for extending combos, hit confirming, guaranteeing effective trigger time, and building charge. For some characters, using the move enhanced by V-trigger consumes the meter more rapidly. You should note that V-trigger cancelability is independent from other types of cancelability. Some moves that cancel into V-trigger won't cancel to super. And some moves that cancel into super won't cancel into V-trigger. The final new mechanic is a V-reversal, executed by hitting forward and 3 punches or 3 kicks while blocking, depending on your character. A V-reversal interrupts block strings and costs a single stock of your V-meter, and inflicts white damage on your opponent. This white damage cannot kill. V-reversals are good for ending an opponent's pressure since they remove stun, or in general giving you breathing room if your character prefers zoning. Note that while V-reversals are invincible, they're not particularly fast, though they appear to be pretty safe on block. Some V-reversals don't even have a hitbox. There are a number of other system-wide changes in place. Super meter builds just as rapidly as 4, but it now caps at 3 bars, so the price of a super is comparatively less. There is now a visible stun bar on the screen, and stun goes down slower. You can now reliably predict your opponent's desperation when their stun is high. Or adjust combos so you never drop meter on an accidental dizzy. You are no longer able to kill the opponent through chip damage from blocked special moves. This makes comebacks more practical as you need a successful mix-up to kill an opponent.
Perfect KO.
Rather than in SF4 when you'd often have a guaranteed win. You can still kill the opponent with a blocked super. But if they have the V meter, they can react with a V reversal if you set it up with a true block string. Or reversal out with an invincible move if you don't. Even though some supers don't do much chip, this isn't really an issue since forcing the opponent to block special moves at low health reduces their HP to 1. Some supers inflict no chip damage at all, but these supers are on grapplers who have good mix-ups anyway. Now, when you force your opponent to block repeated medium and hard attacks, they take white damage. This damage will heal naturally over time. But it means that sitting and blocking will get progressively more risky the longer you maintain it, discouraging overly defensive play. There are now two different kinds of quick stand, one executed by hitting 2 punches or down when landing, where you get straight up, and another by hitting 2 kicks or back when landing, where you flip backwards. This means that even if your opponent has setups that work on a quick stand, you could be in 2 different places at 2 marginally different timings. You can no longer crouch tech. Crouch teching now results in a standing throw. This throw can now be counter hit. What that means is, fishing for counter hits on crouch tech still works, but early lows, late lows, and throws are now a mix-up. Certain hard normals when getting counter hit now inflict a new state called crush counter. This gives you dramatically more hit stun, or improved properties such as a launch, or hard knockdown. This means poking with hard normals or frame trapping into them fishing for counter hits is much more rewarding, compensating for the risk brought on by the long startup. In addition to this, punishes on invincible reversals are now guaranteed counter hit. Most characters should have a crush counter punish ready to maximize their damage. There are now 2 frames of input leniency following your button press. Links are now at their hardest 3 frames. This means even 1 frame links are always viable in match. And it also means tight links opened up by counter hits are extremely easy to react to and hit. Links out of light normals are much more uncommon. Light normals have low risk and now have low reward in return. They're still incredibly useful, mostly for their quick startup, making them great responses to attacks that are minus. You can also now cancel chained lights. Backdashes are still throw invincible, but can now be hit, reducing their viability as reversals. Supers now do a minimum of 50% of their total damage regardless of previous scaling. This means long combos into super always do more damage than medium length combos. indirectly means supers are still rewarding following a stun. That's all I've got for now. If you're wondering if something still works or not mechanically, feel free to ask in the comments and I'll answer or test it for you. The one last thing I want to address isn't so much a change with the game as it is an inherent problem that always seems to happen when a new fighting game comes out. Right now, a lot of you are already good at Street Fighter 4, and you're going to come to Street Fighter 5 and suddenly be on a much more even playing field, and might even lose a lot to players you consider worse than you, who are actually just exploiting components of the game made stronger in the new engine. And you might get frustrated and wonder why you're playing a fighting game you're not good at instead of a similar game you can already play. I encourage you while playing SF5 to remember that different does not inherently equal bad, and consider the shift in power between your character's tools with regards to fun and fairness. And some advice for those of you who aren't already good at Street Fighter 4, don't set yourself up for a fall. Yes, the playing field is more level than it's been for a while, but it's not flat, and people who have been playing a lot of Street Fighter in the past are going to hit the ground running, and if you're still learning to walk, you're going to have a really hard time. If you're the kind of player who gave up on 4, you're probably going to be the kind of player who gives up with 5, and only you can change that. The great players of 4 will still be good in 5, but they're great players in the first place because they embrace their losses to understand the means to be a winner. And I'm here for you, and I'm going to do everything in my power to help you guys become winners. I recorded a ton of footage from the third beta, and I'll be releasing videos leading all the way up to the release of the game and following it. There will be videos for all the characters as well as in-depth videos on the various systems of the game, where I'll be more elaborate than I was here. Please share this video and subscribe if you found it useful.